Hello, Wolfpack. Angela Wolf here. How's it going? It's a little bit of a hot mess in the studio today. I've been working on multiple projects. I'm trying to make my plan is to make a duvet cover, but I didn't buy enough fabric. And I thought I had the perfect match here, but I'll show you how I'm going to get started on that for next week. So this week, instead of a duvet cover, we're going to finish this neckline. The color blocking top from last week, remember? So pop in, say hi. Facebook is not behaving this week as far as live shows, so I moved everything over to YouTube. We're always on YouTube anyways, but that's the safest spot to find us. And then Twitter and Twitch if you're on those. But at least YouTube, I can see your comments, and it's so nice to see you all. So a couple surprises for you this week. Did you happen to pop into Blaine's show yesterday? If you missed it, you can go back and watch it. I think I'll try to find the timestamp for you. I showed how to embroider my tattooed sleeves, like the beautiful ones I do on mesh and sheer. Yeah, turned out really cute. So that's coming up. And tomorrow and Friday, I will be hosting the show with Kennedy. I wonder, hey, Blaine, I don't know if you're listening, but can we just give lots of stuff away tomorrow? Because that's my favorite thing to do. So that's the plan. I will be there all day, and then we have giveaways at the end. And then, of course, we're going to be announcing the big winners, and I will be able to do that. I'm so excited. So just so you know, I had no control in any of the picks. I have no idea who won. So even if it's somebody in the Wolf Pack, we just got lucky. Hey, Susan. No, I would love to be part of that breakfast club. They won $800 million in the lottery. Oh my gosh. No, because I don't go to breakfast. So I know I'm not that. Oh gosh. Oh, and speaking of Susan, I have a surprise for you guys. You want to see, it just popped in yesterday for my approval, and I thought it looked fantastic. Can you guess what it is? It's the new promo for challenge number 2. Episode number 2, I should say. Challenge number 2, whatever you want to call it. Here you go. Take a look. Hey, Angela Wolf here, and we are here with another episode of Fabric to Fashion. Get ready to immerse yourself in a world of creativity and style with the first ever fashion competition series appearing on your streaming platforms. This time, the guests are receiving a special box.
Oh my gosh, it's a paisley print. Yay, I see pink.
You have 2 days to finish this.
I've never done this before.
I have help here too.
Will they rise to the challenge and showcase their talent to the world?
Oh!
No.
It's too short.
It's going to have to work. Beautiful.
How much time do we have left?
Join me on this intense journey as we witness the magic of fabric transformation into fabulous fashion right before our eyes. It's a race against time, a test of skill, and a celebration of creativity like never before. So don't miss out. Tune into Fabric to Fashion exclusively on Made It Myself TV and be part of the excitement. Who will stitch their way to victory? Find out as the drama unfolds and fashion takes center stage on Made It Myself TV. I'm Angela Wolf, and I hope you'll join us for the ultimate design challenge. Let the sewing begin. All right. I see 3 of you here, and I just texted with Sharon, and she's at Costco, so she might have missed her premiere. So I don't have the exact date yet. As soon as I do, I will let you know. Of course, it's going to be on Made It Myself TV, and if you've missed the first challenge, you can go back and binge watch that. We're keeping it one big, long episode instead of breaking it up. Because if you have a party, you want to see the whole thing, right? Regardless if it's 2 hours or 3. You just never know. That's the most fun of doing it on not a standard channel because time doesn't really matter. It's going to be so much fun, guys. Yeah. Yep, Sharon's driving. I figured she was. Tell her hi. All right, so today we're going to put a collar on here. And I went back. You guys, I do go back through your comments. And one of the main ones last week said, hey, do a color blocking. A lot of you said that. But I was thinking that's going to be a lot of work. So I came up with a solution. We're going to color block it and twist it. So that's what we're going to do today. And then I'll show you, I've already started my duvet cover. If you want to make one with me, I mean, I probably could have bought one a lot less than I'm making it for, but I think it's going to be really cute. So, all right, let's go get started with this, and I'll head over to the table now and meet you over there. Leave your comments and questions. I love to see what you're working on and what you're doing. All right, so you can see I've already got my knits here all raring and ready to go. And I did try this on right after the live show. This is inside out. And you know, if I tucked it in, it was not too low, but it was just low enough that, I mean, it was just a little too low. Not a lot, but a little. So what I thought we would do is cut these into, well, first of all, how wide was this section here? 7 inches. And these are about 3 inches. So why don't we cut this into 3-inch sections? That sounds good, I think. I know the orange one loves to curl, and I need to make sure I see which side is the right side too. Okay, so those are both right sides facing up. You know what? I'm right-handed. I got to flip it around. And I'm not even measuring. I'm just going to make this. So 3 inches means that once I sew them together, they'll be about 2.5 inches wide. There's one. And I'm going to just pin these together as we go. Right sides together. And 3 inches. So what else has been going on in the studio this week? Well, I've been taping my new TV show called Sewing Fun 101. And that will also be featured on Made It Myself TV. So if you know anyone who's never sewn, or they want to teach their kids to sew, or they want to just have friends to sew with, it should be a really fun series. Something totally different than what I normally do because it's totally back to the basics. I teach everything from what needles to use. We'll go through different fabrics but there'll be a project in each one. And even if you're a really good sewer, maybe it'll be a little refreshers for you. I don't know. Okay, so 3 inches, and I'm just putting a pin so I know the right sides are all together as I keep this moving. I do like this orange and pink. Someone asked me last week if I had done this before, and I was thinking no, but you know what I did do? The orange and yellow, so that might be the one you're thinking of. All right. So this is cut selvage to selvage, so this is the stretchy side. I don't care if it's rolled. I'm just going to be serging it off anyway, so. All right, so I just need this enough to get around the neckline. So the first step will be to serge all these little pieces together. Did anybody win anything on Blaine's show yesterday? I think last year the Wolfpack did pretty darn good. I don't know what time the giveaways. I know they have one at the very end of the day, and I thought they had one right around lunchtime, but I'm not positive on that. This is getting messy. Always be super careful if you leave a pin on your rotary mat, because if you miss it and you run your rotary blade over it, that's not a good thing. That looks pretty good. I'm actually going to put in 2 pins because I'll be serging over a camera. So how are we looking? Oh, we still need a lot more. Okay. So somebody won an $800 million in Michigan coffee club, huh? I wonder if it's the group at church that goes each morning. Huh, that'd be kind of funny. Didn't that happen? I think that happened a while ago. A big group won it. I don't know. I don't care how many people are in a coffee group. That's a lot of money. So the question is, what would you buy with it? A new sewing machine, a new boat. I'd have to think about that one. I think I would get another boat. Or maybe just put it in a savings account for a rainy day. That's probably the wiser choice. All right, we're getting there. Wait to see the fabric I picked out for the duvet cover. I measured incorrectly, which is why I bought the wrong amount of fabric. And I actually went there today. So all ready to do this project. So I guess I'll just give you the supplies. All right, how are we doing on length? Are we almost there? Oh, that looks pretty good. All right, let's head to the serger. And we're going to serge these pieces up. Okay, so I'm laughing. A boat, a studio, new machines, and a trip to Michigan. Oh, I love that, Karina. College, grandson's college. That's a good one. Yeah, that would definitely be on my top. Three couples, and they're all buying houses in Florida. Maybe that is my group that I see every morning that I didn't buy a ticket with. Oh my gosh. So Steve, you got to find out what town they're in. I'm dying to hear this. Okay, you guys are fun. Let's head to the serger. All right. So there's really no need to press. And the seam allowance is going to be just a really small, let me grab my magnet so I can drop my pins in there so they don't end up all over the floor. When you go from one project to another all week, I swear the studio turns into a hot mess. Trying to see if there's a way to serge it. Oh yeah, just got to get the pins out of there. Without having to cut each time. It'll be a little twisted, but I can just trim them all off at the same time then. All right, so I'm just doing just a small seam allowance, literally just cutting off, barely cutting off the edges of the fabric in case my cutting wasn't perfectly straight. And what you're seeing me twist, I'm not doing a twisted collar right now. I'm just serging without having to keep cutting the threads, because that gets really annoying. Oh, hey, I have to ask you why I'm doing this. I had no idea that rabbits like petunias, and I had 2 flats of petunias sitting out. Went away for the weekend, got back, and all the flowers are gone. But they weren't gone as if they were dried out gone. They were gone like as in something ate them gone. So, note to self, if you're going to get petunias, put them in planters higher than where the bunnies can get. All right, just about getting there. Tedious, isn't it? All right. I do like these 2 colors. They kind of glow in the dark. One thing for sure is if you have a good tan, you're definitely will make your tan look good. Doesn't matter what sunscreen I wear, I still get a tan in the summer. So the color is going to be perfect. And I mentioned the fabric is so soft. It's a long sleeve shirt, but it's going to look great with jean shorts or maybe over leggings in the mornings. Oh, and while I was at Joann Fabrics, I did buy some more fabric. I found it on the clearance aisle, and I'll show it to you. It's tie-dyed, pink and blue tie-dyed. All right, 2 more. And this one, I'm not going to close this up yet. First thing I'm going to do is pin this to the neckline to see how much room I need, and then I'll serge that last little bit. All right, how does it look? Fabulous. Okay, let's head to the table. I think it's going to be cute too. Oh, you like my cutting board? Hey, guess what? It's a new product that I'm going to carry on my website, and it will be up later today. Actually, it'll be up. I think it's going to be up on Friday. Yeah, I love the colors. It's nice and soft, and it also has a special cutting rotary blade. This is not it. It just arrived, so I haven't been able to unpack everything yet. So you'll just have to stay tuned. All right, and if you sign up for my newsletter, though, go to angelawolf.com if you're not on there. Sign up for the newsletter, and I will be sending out information as soon as it's up, and it will also be on the app if you'd like to shop on the app instead, the Angela Wolf Patterns app. Yeah, a few really fun things. They're really, I thought this would be really fun for the new show because a lot of it is tools that maybe we haven't used before, but they make sewing so much faster and easier. Okay, so first thing we got to figure out, where is the center front? Should be right in the middle. right in the middle of this pink one. Pins. All right. I need to turn this right side out. These cuffs turned out so cute. Now, what you see here, this was just the basting stitches that I had put in when I was turning it over. I'm going to rip those out anyways. Actually, they'll probably be serged off, so I don't need to really rip them right now. All right, so this is how I do it. Start at the center front, pin that in place, and then again at the center front, you stretch a little bit. If you're totally new to sewing knits, there's a link below for my Sewing Knits Masterclass where I walk you through sewing with knits with a sewing machine and a serger. Just in case you don't have a serger, you'll be fine in there. And then remember, when you get to the shoulders, don't stretch very much or else you'll end up with wrinkles. Oh, but you know what? The orange, well, it's going to be twisted anyways. It'll be fine. I really wanted pink right there. That's all right. I'll survive. I'm not doing it over. I could just add one more piece, I know. So stretch a little bit at the center front. And again, when you're doing the twisted collar, you really don't want to stretch too much because then what happens is it makes your neckline really tight, and I don't want that. Go over the shoulder area. Now we're at the back side here. How's it looking? All right, let's see here. So I think, make sure this is even here. We have the orange, we have the pink. Might be able to just cut off one of these pinks here. I always like to pin it first because you can't put the fabric back on. Oh yeah. All right. I've serged that. I'll be right back. I'm not taking you with me. I'm just going to the serger real quick to cut that. So at least the back side ended up with the pink because that was one of the main areas you guys mentioned. I love it when you vote on what this is going to look like. So the back piece, that pink one's just a little bit longer. It's fine. It's going to look great there. All right, pin that in place. So the first section is finished. That's before we twist it. So now we take it to the sewing machine. I'll bring you over there. And I have to lower the table for you because I've been sewing standing up. Well, good thing I cleaned underneath my sewing machine, huh? You get a good view of that. All right, let me lower my table here. cabinet is by Horn. And this one is the one where I can recess my machine down below or keep it up on top. I've had it up on top because I've been doing some embroidery today. And in yesterday's show. All right, so all I want now is a basting stitch. I guess I got to put my foot back on. I'm just using white thread because it's going to go away anyways. You could use a regular stitch too. It really doesn't matter because you're going to serge it off. Or serge, you're going to get rid of this stitch. So, oh, I guess it would help if I plugged in my foot pedal. All right. You can't just snap your fingers and have it sew. Although it's true, I could just press this little button right here and it would sew. But I prefer to use the foot pedal when I'm doing something this intricate. That way I can quickly stop. Sliding that fabric out of the way, making sure I'm only going through the collar and my shirt. Sometimes when that fabric starts to bunch up a little bit, you can run the risk of it folding over or rolling while you sew it, and you don't want that. Oh, the strip that I cut is 3 inches wide. This is 3 inches this way, and the collar's 3 inches wide. 3 and 3. 3 by 3. So if anybody's doing this, be sure to share photos in the Angela of Patterns group. I'd love to see your color blocking version of the Lacy. All right, there's that. And then I always like to just go back. There's a lot of threads there because of that basting stitch, but it'll all come out when I cut it off. Okay, that looks good. You just always want to make sure that there are no twisted edges. Yeah, I get an A for leaning over a camera. That's always the tricky part. All right, and now we'll go pin the twist in. So this is what we have so far. Just like this. It totally clashes with my pink and black. Not really, but it's not the same pink. Looks pretty cool so far, right? Now we're going to twist it so then it doesn't have to be exact and precise. So it's kind of fun. Yeah. I'm with you, Joanne. Hey, Janelle, happy birthday. 2 days late or 3 days late. I don't remember how many days late, but I know that I just saw your birthday come through here. Hey, Shirley, glad you made it. Hey, has anybody heard from Bev about her surgery this morning? I haven't heard a peep. I didn't want to text her. I figure maybe she'll text me when she's done. So, hey, Cindy. Great to see you. But if anybody hears, let me know, will you? We've been keeping her in our prayers. It sounds like a pretty major surgery. Okay. Now, this basting stitch is all going to go away. I should just pull it out so you don't stare at it and wonder what the heck it's doing there. And one more. I sewed over part of it, I guess. Probably a good thing to check to make sure I didn't put any holes in the fabric by doing that, right? All right, so let's start at the back. And again, I do this in 2 sections. So I'm going to slide this one right over about 1.5 inches. I'll pin it first because I always like to see just how much of the twist is twisting. If you push it too far over, the second flap too far over, it ends up making your collar so small, and I don't like that. So let me just do just a little bit, and then I'll flip it up and see what it looks like. And then when I'm done with the show, I have to go back to Joann's to get the rest of the gray before somebody else gets it, since I need it for my, how does that look? That looks good. It's like kind of a wonky twist. Slide this over. And again, I will run this through the sewing machine first before I run it through the serger, because it's amazing when you start to sew this, how the twist can get messed up somehow. All right, everything's looking pretty good so far. It's definitely going to be different. And as I'm pinning it to the lower level, I'm just making sure that it's only pinned to one level of the fabric. See how when it starts twisting, it's really easy to get that messed up underneath here. So I'm going to actually change this pin to go up and down. And even though we cut it 3 inches wide for the collar, by the time you're finished here, it's not going to be very wide at all. And I really didn't want it to be wide. I just wanted it to be just a touch of color. All right, how's it looking? This is how you can always tell when you get back to the end. Sometimes you get back and the twist isn't as big as you thought it would be. Then you got to kind of just feed it back through a little bit. Oh, this looks pretty good. So that's what we have. All right, we'll go to the sewing machine first, and then we'll hit the serger. Okay. I'm just lining up the edge of my foot here for the seam allowance. And then hopefully that'll get rid of that white thread because I'll be serging it off. If not, I'll have to serge a little bit past that because I'm not ripping those stitches out. And as I sew, I just go a little bit, hold that bottom fabric a little tight there. All right, almost there. Okay. The pink kind of matches my mat, right? All right, let's see what it looks like before we run it through the serger. So it's a real thin, narrow, twisted collar. I like that. It just gave me that little extra so it wasn't too low cut. I like it. It looks nice. Okay. I'll bring you back over to the serger here. I'll switch cameras real quick so you don't get seasick. All right. Last step. So here's a little close-up of what this looks like. Just sewn. A little messy. But see how it's got that twist in it? Just a small twist. And it ties in that orange up here really nicely. All right. Last step. Serge with the collar side up so you can see that twist so you're not accidentally going over that. Again, I'm just going to serge right over my basting lines, getting rid of all that extra fabric in there. The serge edge just makes it look so professional. And I'm using the Brother Airflow serger, in case you missed that. And somebody who maybe is new here, just full disclosure, I am a Brother brand ambassador. It's a lot of extra fabric that's coming off of there, huh? All right, let's see what we got. Oh, I like it a lot. I'll take it to the table first before I hold it up. I think it turned out really cute. Look how cute that looks. So when it's on, even though it looks a little rolled right here, once it's on, because of the weight of this, it will just hang really nice. And it gave me just a little bit of extra, so it's not quite so low. And then here's the back side. Yeah, I like that. It tied in with the orange nicely and the pink. Wow, you know what's really interesting? You all saw me pin that, where I just give a little ease on one side and then a little ease on the other. And look at how precise that is here. Matches perfectly. And in the back side, it looks fabulous. I just have a few threads to cut, but here it is. Now all I have to do is hem it, and that's finished. Voila. So would you like to see, we have a little bit more time. This is the fabric I bought today from Joann's. It feels like, it's almost like a terry cloth with some stretch. Oh my gosh, this would make the best bathrobe. I was thinking of doing like a tank top and shorts for the boat, but I'm thinking a bathrobe. This is so soft. It was on the clearance aisle for like $5 a yard. I know. Yes, I actually do buy fabric more than I should. And then this one, well, this would be cute. I was going to do this one for shorts and a tank as well. Has just a fun dye look to it. It's cotton, has a nice stretch. Yeah, I think the other one's going to be a bathrobe. And this one will be shorts and a tank. All right, so do you want to see the fabric I picked out for the duvet cover? Okay, so the duvet cover, you have to look online for the measurements, but the queen size is 98, no, the king size is 98 inches wide and like 106. I'm just going off the top of my head. 98 is what's stuck in my head. And I measured the comforter that I'm covering, but this is what I thought would look really cool. So here, come on over here and I'll show you a little sketch of what I'm thinking so you can get an idea. Oh, here, and I have the measurements for you. So hold tight. Find my Sharpie. I saw this a long, long time ago. I thought it was so cute. Now, I didn't do stripes. The one I saw had stripes, and I didn't really want stripes. Okay, so if this is your duvet cover, now you have to have an opening somewhere. So this is what it'll look like on the bed. Okay, this is the idea. So the seams will be here and here, and this is the opening. But this is a decorative opening. So there's no seam at the bottom, no seam at the top. The fabric just kind of folds over. It depends how much I measured, but and then these are buttons. So I can do those really big buttonholes from the embroidery machine. And then when you sleep in it, this part will fold over. The buttons won't be in your head, but when you fold this over, it'll look really nice and finished. So that's my idea. Now, if this is 98 inches wide, let's see, here's my measurements. The queen size is 96 by 96, but I'm pretty sure it's a king size. I can't remember. A king size is 98 by 112. It's a queen size bed though, so I would think it would be a queen size. I could just squish it in there because I don't have that much fabric. But either way, you can either do the panels going this way, because I'm adding panels together, or going sideways. So I thought what would look really nice is to have maybe a print here. That's color number 1. Color number 2 here. And then the print here. And then color 2 here. So it's kind of a color block. And then when this flips back, this will be part, probably just keep it where the back side of this is print as well. So because you have a front and a back. So maybe the next panel maybe this will just be a longer panel. I don't know. But this is the width of the fabric. So it can't be wider this way. It can go wider this way. So if my first piece of fabric was 56 inches wide, and I'll bring it over so you can see it because I've already cut them in panels. I didn't think you needed to watch that. I think I might have saved one because I wasn't finished. All right, so all of this is cotton, so it's super soft. I have not washed it yet. I'll wash it when I'm finished. It doesn't matter if it shrinks up a little bit. But I found this print. I don't know what it looks like on camera, but this is like a deep gray with kind of an off-white. And then I found this beautiful gray cotton, which is the exact same tint. So I thought this could be the top. This could be the next one where the buttons go. And then we have this. And then we have gray. So it's just going to keep going like this. Make sense? All right, so the first thing I did was when the fabric was on the fold, this is the one I didn't do yet. Because I didn't want one huge long piece. Although, didn't I just say at the top I might want one huge long piece? I'll leave it. What I was doing was cutting it right along that folded edge. But if this is the top edge, then there won't be a seam there. I just didn't want a seam right where your face is going to be because it's uncomfortable. Well, one of ours has a hidden zipper, and I don't know how that end always ends up by my head, and I end up with a zipper in my face. So, okay, this will be the top panel. It's a full piece. So looking at my piece of paper, That's going to be 56 inches wide up here. So it will go all the way here and around to the other side. And then we have to do the button area, which could be a larger section here or a half of a half. I just wanted to have a nice panel where those buttons were going to go. And I bought the covered buttons where you can cover your own, the big ones. And then here's the piece on the fold. I cut that. So now we have, let's see, a piece here for where the buttons will go. Then I'll sew it to this panel. Then I have this piece here. And then take this other half of the panel here. So each one of these panels are basically the half width of their fabric. And once I sew those together, I'll see how much more I need. For the back side, I didn't have enough of this color here. So for the picture, I'm going to have the print at the top, then the gray, then the print here, and then the gray. And if I still need a little more piece, I'll use this third piece of gray here, which will start to fold to the back. And then on the back side, I'll have a big section that's gray. You're not going to be able to see it anyways, right? I mean, you'll see it, but I don't need to use the expensive color for that. So then when it's all finished, it'll probably look more like this. This is the front. Front side will have print, buttons, print, gray. So this is gray, gray, and then print. I think it'll tie it in really nicely. Now on the back side, this is actually the fold of the fabric, and this is the fold of the fabric. So on the back side, it's going to look like I'll make it a little darker for you. That better? There you go. That's the front. So then the back side is going to look like this. This is a fold. That's the print. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I think all of this is going to be gray. But it'll probably be 2 more seams because it's using the width of the fabric. So I could come up with maybe just a small piece of the print to go in between there to kind of tie it in together. I don't know. But that's what the front's going to look like. So if you're going to sew this with me, there's no live show next week because I have appointments all day on Wednesday. But I will show it on Instagram what I'm doing. I don't really think you need to watch the whole thing. It's going to be panels. I'll do a blog post. You can see exactly what it ended up looking like. But if you're going to follow along, cotton fabric was a great source. I was going to do flannel, but this is for summer and flannel's a little warm. And that room doesn't have air conditioning that it's going in. It's like an upstairs cottage room. And it's mostly just for looks. Like I think somebody sleeps in there maybe 3 times a year. But that's where my exercise bike is and my sewing machine, my embroidery machine on the weekends. So I want it to look cute. So cotton fabric, cut. I'm using, so the salvage is basically, these are the salvages here. That's how I'm laying out my pieces. And then at least 4 to 6 of these bigger buttons. And we'll cover the buttonholes. And I'll show you guys how to do that in a later lesson, but I'm covering them so they match. So if this section is gray, the buttons are going to be out of the really cool print. All right, next on my list, home deck. So that's what's going on in my studio. No, Helen, it wouldn't work down there. But at the cottage, it does. Because last weekend, I swear I thought it was going to snow. I think that's going to look too. I think that's going to look good with those. What kind of buttons did I buy? Okay, I'll show you real quick. Let's bring this back up. I'll take you back over there. They only had 3 packs of them. But right now at Joann's, they have Dritz. Buy one and get them half off. So I bought these big ones. So they're pretty good size. And I don't think I'm going to need more than 6. Like, that should be plenty. It's just, that's going to be the section where you put the duvet cover over your comforter cover. Make sense? Yeah, I think it's going to be cute. I'll let you know. Oh, goodness, Janelle. What the heck is that? That doesn't sound good. Oh, Diane. So that would have been so much easier. But I wanted to do color blocking. But that would have worked. That would have worked. You know what? Maybe I'll make one for our main bedroom out of that. And then do just the hidden zipper at the bottom. That'd be cute. All right, any other questions for me before we run? Hey, Darlene. If my collar's ever twisted, it's not on purpose. I love that, Zeta. Oh, gosh. All right, this has been a lot of fun. Oh, here. Oh, Zena. No, it's on my list to do tomorrow, so I will look. Because there shouldn't have been a password, except I added everybody, so I will check that out for you. Oh, fighter jets just practicing. Oh, gotcha, Janelle. All right, guys, have a great day. See you on Sewing Machines Plus tomorrow. I will be there all day with Kennedy. It's going to be a lot of fun. And on Friday. And good luck. I know Cindy's in here. She had a beautiful dress. I went through those entries. Oh, my gosh. What gorgeous projects there. So good luck. And by the way, they do giveaways all the time over there. So make sure you're in there. So maybe, I think usually you have to leave a comment and be there live for it. So good luck, everyone. All right. You're welcome. And I'll talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.